teach you some tricks and tips, okay? And we're gonna go through and how to maybe do some blending and things like that. So as you guys are, oh my gosh, okay, let's see where we're at. Bronx, New York, Detroit, Michigan, California, New York, East Texas, Mississippi, California, Los Angeles, New York, Arizona, Wisconsin, Arkansas. Are we just all over the place? Holy smokes. Memphis, Tennessee. I love it. All righty. Well, I'm going to pop up a poll here for us because I want to kind of get an idea of what things you're wanting to learn the most. That's going to help me. So let me see. I brought up this poll. We're going to go over your eye skill confidence real quick. So I'm going to launch that. You're going to see it pop up. You can just tap on it here. And it says, when it comes to eyeshadow, what's your biggest struggle? Is it knowing where to put each color? Is it blending without making a mess? Is it picking colors that flatter you? Making both eyes match? Woo, we are seeing the scales change a lot with this. Okay, 17. Okay, the most common answer is knowing where to put each color and then blending. All right, that's super helpful to me. So we're going to work on that. And it is different for every, of course, eye shape here. I'll share the results with you guys so you can see the percentage of where we landed. The least one was picking colors that flatter you. So it seems like you feel confident in that area. It's just blending and where the heck do we put these colors? Okay, so oops, let me get out of that. Perfect, it's out of the way. I'm gonna put myself on speaker view just so I can see my face when I do my makeup because I'm gonna use you guys. So we're gonna get up close and personal, okay? So there we go. All right, so pumpkin spice eyes. We are going into fall. Can you believe it? Can you believe that 2025 is zooming by and I can't even keep up with the fact that we are already here and I thought it just started? I think that's wild. Okay. Well, we had some limited edition eyeshadow palettes drop, and I thought it would be the perfect one to show you how to do the pumpkin spice PSL, right? Pumpkin spice latte eye look. We have all these beautiful, warm fall colors in here. We have some beautiful mattes that are a great everyday use. What I love, you guys, is this looks beautiful from ivory to deep bronze skin tones. It's gorgeous on everybody's skin tone. So before I dive in to showing you how to apply these here, I want to just show you a quick reel that I made swatching the colors because we're not going to use every single one. We are going to use 4. We are going to use 4 colors today, but that way you can see all the colors in there. And then I'm going to show you some pictures on every skin tone just to kind of get you excited about the palette. Then we're going to dive in to kind of do a look and that way you can kind of watch and go along. So let me go ahead and share my audio here. Optimize for video. Let's show you this fun swatch of what we're going to use tonight. I can leave it alone. Already gave you the time and the place. So don't be shy. Come be the man I need. Something to give. I don't like it when you call me. I talk it is the I gotta know you're meant to be the man I need. Right, so these are super pigmented. All right, before I forget, because I'm about to dive in, Melissa, can you pull up our fun prizes tonight, what number they need to text so we can make sure we have freebies to give away throughout the whole evening, plus a full palette at the end. And I'll show you which special palettes, limited edition. So we're going to have you text the word spice to my number, 619-202-8225, consultants as well, because you can earn prizes tonight too. And we're going to be giving away several makeup items, but also a full-size palette. So it's very similar to the one I'm using tonight, but it is a limited edition one from last fall. So that way it feels a little extra special in case you end up wanting the one we get tonight as well, or maybe you've already gotten it. So I'm getting lots of text, so that's perfect. So I'll just show you real quick. This is the palette at the end that we're going to be giving away. Also could do such a beautiful pumpkin spice latte look. Is that not gorgeous? Who's excited to win this one? Woo! Okay. So many good ones. All right. So here we go. We're going to start with using our blending brush. Okay, so we're gonna go back and forth between tools and application. And this brush, if you don't have a blending brush, is gonna make your life so much easier. Okay, so that is highly, highly needed. And then what we're gonna do here is we're gonna start in this palette with a matte, more neutral color here. This one right here. And this one is called Hot Clay, I believe. It's backwards, but yes, hot clay. All right. And what we're going to do is we're going to start to create a crease for us. And what I'm going to try to do as I build up this eyeshadow look is that I can show you different variations through the different colors of how could you start with an everyday, but build upon it to have maybe more of an evening look and get a little bit more intense. Now, a trick I'm loving to use, and I know that there's special tape you can use that I watched an influencer use, but I can't find it. So I've been using a business card, okay? A business card that I will hold here if you really want a really nice line here of intensity. So I'm just going to show you how to kind of do that, but I'm going to tap here, and with using our brushes here, we're going to tap directly in with our blending brush like that. And by the way, with that texting me, you should get a text in about 60 seconds. It'll have you fill out a little quick form and you'll get some more texts throughout the evening. So I'm going to hold this here on the outer edge, holding to the end of my eyebrow. And I'm going to hold it pretty tight. You could use Scotch tape. There is different kinds of like makeup tape, but I'm just going to pat it in here and I'm going to start to create my crease. So I'm starting at my lower lash line in the corner, and I'm finding about where high I want it, of where you're going to feel your bone. Okay, so everybody feel your eye. Do you feel where that bone is? Okay, we want to go slightly above the bone, because if we go below it, it'll actually kind of close our eyes down. So I'm going to pull this right back here. And I'm going to dip in again. And notice I'm going to tap it every time I dip in to get the excess off. So if we are afraid of making a mess while blending, getting some of that excess off is going to help so it doesn't go underneath. So once I've gone a little bit above it, especially if you have a hooded eye, now we're going to start to create our crease. Okay, so I'm just now pushing this in. Right now, I'm not blending. I'm working. It may look like I'm going just back and forth. I'm actually doing little taps like this just to press the product in. And I'm creating my crease. Now, I'm not going to leave it like that, but I'm just kind of getting, where do I want this shape? And I don't like to go too far in, because bringing too much darkness in here, depending on the look you're going for, may close in your eye too much. Okay. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to stop because I got the amount of darkness I want. I kind of have it where I want. I'm going to have a little towel that you can see behind here. And I'm just going to really clean off any of the excess of that product. So that's really important in between applying product and blending product, or otherwise we're going to create mud and you're going to be like, see all these colors. So we're going to take this clean one and watch this. I'm going to just go right above, and we're going to get rid of this harsh line, because this is just to create our crease. And I'm going to do a little bit on the outside here, so that way we don't have a harsh line on the outside. It's okay if it starts to wing itself out. Going in the way of your outside corner to the outside of your brow is going to follow your natural lift, pulling your eye up. So yours might come down further, it might go up further. It's going to follow your natural bone structure. And then we could come in here just a teeny bit if you want to, and just blend it in, but that's going to continue to blend. So see how that just softened that, and now we've created a crease. Now I like to go in with that same color, and I'm going to use an angle brush. Let me show you that real quick. This is one of our angle brushes, really thin, but has this nice little angle. And I'm going to tap it in here, right here on the edge. I'm going to tap off. You can't see on the camera, but I just saw eyeshadow fluff up like a little poof. So that's going to help to not get that excess. And we're going to pull this down right underneath this lash line in here. I'm going about 3/4 of the way through. I want to keep this area really light and bright. But what we're doing is making our eyeshadow not look top heavy. You could just keep it really light and blended. So if you're not wanting an intense eye look, you could build it up if you're doing more of a nighttime look, okay? If you want to blend it out more, maybe you got too much when you went and did that, you could come back in with our blending brush and just kind of go underneath and blend it out if you needed to, okay? So the next step, just I'm going to give you ideas as we go along. You could keep this eye from this palette look so simple that you could put that in your crease and this on your lid and call it a day of having a little bit more of a calmer look for the day of your run out the door. Okay, so that could be that easy right then and there. But we're going to intensify it. So we're going to go into this darker brown matte. It's called Bring It Brown. And I'm going to go back in with using my blending brush. Make sure it's clean on here. I'm going to dip into it here. And with that lighter brown to create my crease, I really did a bigger section that you see here. With the darker brown, I'm going to notice on making a little V here in the corner of just intensity in my outside corner. Now, eyeshadow's artistic. Do whatever you want, okay? But if we're just going with an idea, we're just going to go a little bit in here in this corner area, okay? And if you're using this method I'm doing, I'm also going right up to my little card here. So it's almost, do you see how I just made that C? I didn't go much further. I just did a little C in this area. We're going to stop. We're going to check. Do I like the level of darkness? Okay, I'm happy with that. I can always add later. I'm going to clean off my brush again. And I'm just going to come in here very lightly, just to the top.
Good.
And just to the side. Okay. And just blend it out a bit. And so we're just creating this. Now, you could leave your bottom that lighter color, but if we're looking for a little bit more intensity, I'm going to come in with that angle brush again. And I'm going to do it right here, just in the first quarter or maybe half. What this is going to start to do is it's creating a framework that's opening the eye versus if we go all the way across with that darkness, it's going to close it back down. So this is going to keep our eye nice and open, but still give that depth. Okay. So again, this is where you could say, hey, I don't want to do anything crazy. I just want these matte colors. And maybe again, just coming in with this light color that you could do on the lid. But today we're going to make it pumpkin spice. So we're going to dig into this little coppery color right here. It's called Radiant Bronze. And I'm going to show you how to add in a nice little shimmer through part of it. And this is where we're going to come in with our flat all over eyeshadow brush. And the way that we're going to put it onto the brush is we're going to go flat. Do you see this? So I'm not going in. I'm going flat like this, perpendicular, and I'm going to smush it and see how it picked up the product like that on one side evenly. I'm going to tap it and we're going to press. Now you could do your whole lid if you want a pretty good pop. I'm going to do about 2/3 of the lid. So see, I got a lot of the product out. I'm kind of pushing it into that crease to get a nice blend. I think I want to go a little further in. So I'm going to stop. I'm not going to try to pull that into it or that's going to decrease the level of pigment. I'm going to come back in, place a little bit more on my brush here, do a little tap, and I'm going to come over into here. So I'm wanting to get into about 2/3 of my eye right here because for me personally, I want to leave this area pretty light. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. Now, if you want to have some fun, you could even pull this sparkle underneath as well. There's no harm in that. You might pull back and go, I kind of need some more blending. If you do that, you might come in with this lighter color again. And just as you have that darker look, I can just kind of take this in here and just kind of bring everything together. All right, you can kind of just layer. Now, I'm going to clean my all over eyeshadow brush. I really want everything off of that because I'm going to go into a lighter color. So see, I got it pretty clean. We don't see any left of that beautiful bronze color. And let's call this the whipped cream of our pumpkin spice latte. So we're going to press into here. Notice I'm going to try to keep it more towards the tip of my brush here. So I have more control of where I'm putting it. And I'm going to start in my inner corner and just tap a little bit and pull it out into my eye. Once I got it on there, I'm using the end that didn't have as much product to just pull it in here, pull it a little down here. See how that opens the eye immediately, keeping it brighter in here, makes us look a little bit more awake. So you could be playing with maybe an eyeshadow color you already have. You could just stay in this palette. But you could take this color here and we're just going to do a teeny bit underneath the eyebrow arch. So that's going to lift the eye. This is going to brighten the eye. And again, you could come down here. We could make this a little bit more intense if we wanted to. Maybe we do want to add a little bit of this radiant bronze. That kind of just gives a whole little bit of a sparkle in there if you want to, or you could just keep it matte. Okay. And so I see a little bit of sparkles where they were left over that I want to blend. So this isn't as intense. So I wanted to clean my brush off completely here. And I'm just going to come and just slightly do a little bit all over. There we go. Just to calm it down a teeny bit. So it's just looking soft and it's blending together. So for this particular look, it's almost like an ombre effect of light to dark. We're having this creamy to a bronzy to these matte outsides. If you wanted to go in and make the outside darker, you could totally come in and pack in some of that matte dark color on it too. So I'm going to do this other eye just so you can kind of see it one more time real quick. I'm going to do a little bit faster this time. But actually, while I'm starting to do that, I think we should go ahead and give away our first prize as I start to lay this down. So Melissa, if you want to take that over, voice it as I do this real quick, that would be awesome.
Yay. Okay, we are going to be giving away our first prize is a liquid eyeshadow. So fun. The winner of this one is going to get their own liquid eyeshadow. Let me share the sound. Here we go. Jessie, get the liquid eyeshadow. Yay. Okay, let me stop sharing. Okay.
Awesome. So see, within just that time, boom, we can have already that outer corner done. I'm going to go ahead and blend this in just a second, but come in here and do my underneath area right here and do my darker just in my corner. All right. And as I'm doing that, and I'll have to maybe have you read it, Melissa, as I'm doing and talking. But my question for you guys is, what is the problem that you find the hardest possibly with eyeliner? Would it be it staying on all day and not budging? Would it be application? Is it doing a wing? Is it knowing what's the right color for you? Go ahead, Melissa, and maybe read some of those out loud.
One is eyeliner melting, doing a wing, proper application for eye shape, knowing the right color, wing. Y'all are saying wing to the right person. Wing again, color.
I wasn't going to do a wing, but I guess I'm doing a wing. I'm doing a wing now. Okay. All right. So anything, so is that the main consensus here?
It is another wing.
Okay. So with your wings, you guys, that we're having a problem with, is it, what is the biggest issue? Is it having them both the same angle? Is it that it smears of like the product that you're using? Like what, or is it just doing the shape, and is it shape or application of like the kind of product that you don't know what to use?
aren't even.
aren't
Shape,
even.
the shape of it.
Shape of,
Both.
is it like getting too thick on some and then you're like, oh my gosh, the whole thing is just wrong? No.
Another both.
Okay.
Too long or too short. Yeah,
So
even.
like how long or short to go, right? Because sometimes like you can want a big wing and other days you're like, I just wanted a baby one. How did we get here? Okay. Do you see too, guys, when I'm not talking and teaching, and if you get comfortable, practice is everything with this. So we're able to just get on this other look really, really fast. So I love how many different combinations you could possibly do with this palette and have so much fun. We have such different variations. I mean, I did this bronzy color here, but just to show you, I know you watched it. I mean, we have some really other fun colors. The one I did on my eyes today is this one, but look how much different things that we could be doing of different looks. So I love a palette that's going to allow you to have endless different looks. So this is the most beautiful palette you could possibly be having for fall to get all those different looks. Let me just do a little bit of sparkle under here. Anything else I'm missing in the comments since I can't really read it right now?
And then one was doing anything near bottom lashes. And
Okay.
eyes watering.
Yeah. That definitely, I mean, I definitely have an eyes watering situation too. It would be looking up, it would be being patient with yourself too. Sometimes it could be the product, but sometimes it's us thinking we have to do it all in one fell swoop versus going, you know what? I'm going to do one little dot of it and I'm going to give my eyes a second. I'm going to let myself blink. I can't tell you how many times when I was doing makeup that I would have to actually tell the person, can you just take a deep breath really quick? Like this has nothing to do with makeup. This was like, you're so tense while you're doing this. Recalibrate, do a little swatch, put it down, let your eye get used to it. Okay, so if I had any fallout in here, which I don't have a ton, I would take a big powder brush and I would just kind of swoop it off. Now I started with full foundation, full contour, full blush, full brows and everything just to save on time. So I will show you a little bit of extra blush, but what we're going to finish with is that eyeliner, mascara, and a gloss. Okay. So let's do that eyeliner real quick here. Now I'm going to be using, it's all I have in front of me right now. Now, oops, there goes all my makeup coming out of my thing. But if you are really wanting a full wing, I do recommend doing our liquid waterproof eyeliner. It's a pin shape that really gives you this really tight pin Sharpie effect. But right now I'm going to be doing it with our brown eyeliner. So I'm going to show you can totally get both. And here's why. This comes undone. So we have a little beautiful sharpener. This is waterproof. We're going to do it really gentle here. So you just take it out and we're going to sharpen her up. So it's important to have a fine point. So see that? I just got her really fine. I'm going to also, if the ends kind of had any little part that didn't fully come off, I'm going to tap it so I have a little bit more control and that's not coming off. So first things we got to look at is shape of putting this wing on, okay? So again, we're going to use the end of here and the end of our eyebrow as our imaginary line. I believe that that is the biggest lift you're going to get. It's going to bring your eye up instead of dragging. I know some people like to do a wing straight out. So again, this is total personal choice. What I have found though, to get me the most even on both sides is following that line on both sides, because even if it's not completely perfect, if you were to measure it, it looks that way. So I like to start with how high I want my wing. Okay, so I kind of want it about right here. So I'm going to start there and do a little line down. So I'm finding how far and I'm pulling it right into the end as far as I can corner of my lash line. I did it really light to not have to commit right away. And I'm just going over that same line right away now that I'm like, okay, I'm happy with that. The next line is finding the thickness of how thick we want it. So you could just stay with that. If you're like, I don't want it thick, then we could start to go across. I'm okay with mine being a little thicker. So I just went out a little bit here and we're almost creating a triangle effect. So in your mind, I used to draw people's faces. I always tell people, if you were drawing, I don't want you to think you're drawing someone's nose. You'll never be able to do it. We're looking at lines, we're looking at shapes. So I would just say, think of a triangle, and then I'm just coming in and I'm just filling in that triangle of whatever didn't get filled in right there. Then I'm stopping for a second. I'm letting my eye rest for a second. I do have fake lashes on, so this is a little bit different. So I'm gonna now push into here and I'm gonna do little edges. And every time I'm doing a little edge, I'm pushing and I'm ending down into my lash line. For me, I'm never going to be able to go across and get a perfect swoop. It's going to mess up. I'm going to go too high somewhere. So for me, I would rather do these little edges, these little marks where I'm finishing, I'm going across and I'm ending down in my lash, ending down in my lash. That's helping me not to go higher. Then I'm going to stop once I get about here. I'm going to move my hand the opposite way that the pointed of the eyeliner is pointing towards my nose. You could stop if you have this kind of one and sharpen it at this point as well. I like to keep my eyes slightly open, and I'm coming in this inner corner. I'm going very light. Talking and doing that at the same time is wild. Okay, I'm going to look in here too. And I'm just going a little bit further in. So I got a really fine line when I turn it this way. If you're continuing it this way, it's going to end thick. If I turn it and I face it, you want it facing your nose and pull it into the middle and connect. Boom. We have a wing with even a pencil. And this is brown, so it's looking a little bit more, I'll pull my lashes down, a little bit more subtle. Now you may have to go in and kind of just make sure you're all the way to your lash line once you have that line, because you don't want any of your skin showing between your eyeliner and your natural or fake lashes, okay? Now, this is really pretty waterproof. Like, I have put it on my hand, gone to SeaWorld, tested it all. It doesn't budge. So this is a great water liner, but I know some of you said getting close to your lashes. So if you weren't to go into your water line, I'm just smudging it on my outer corner. It's so smooth and creamy. I'm barely having to press, that it's just doing that in there. And I'm going to stop about there. So again, we're creating this really light look in here, okay? So as I do the other eye, I think it's time to give away another gift, Melissa. So what are we giving away next?
I thought it would be so perfect to give away a liquid eyeliner next.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Okay, let me share this. Tina, you got yourself some liquid eyeliner. Love it. So fun. You'll be practicing all the wings.
All right, so I'm just coming in here and just finishing this last eye of liner. And then I just kind of will take a step away and look here and go, okay, are they even enough? Do I need to kind of add? But if you go by where your bones are and you're going in that shape of even using the card, already the angle is going to be close enough, okay? So we just did that. Let me do a little bit underneath in here. And then I'm going to show you guys some pictures of different mascara options. I'm going to do some on my lower lashes, of course, but I want to show you some different options of mascara here. And you know what, really quick before since I had these up anyways, I want to show you also this eyeshadow palette, the swatches on multiple different skin tones. So let me make this a bit bigger here, but this is ivory, this is beige, this is bronze. That way you can see the pigment of those tones on every skin tone. So beautiful, literally on anyone. I'll show you also some of the golden hues on some different actual eyes. So we can see that here. Isn't that gorgeous? The pigment, that's going to be more of that light golden one, just so you can kind of see. So super, super beautiful. Okay, and then we're gonna pull up our mascara here. Let me see if I'm mixing any. All right, so we have, what is important to you in mascara? Let's light up the chat with that. Are you wanting crazy volume? Are you wanting definition and separation? You really want them to like not clump? Are you wanting length and definition? Are you wanting them to curl up, fan up, no clumps, no length, crazy bold? Volume, be safe for contact lenses. So a lot of our, all of our mascaras are ophthalmologist approved. So that's going to be really great for sensitive eyes. Most of them do not do any clumping. The only one I would say is our Va Va Voom one that you just have to make sure you kind of work with here. Oops, I just shared you the whole folder. Let me pull up these up a little bit one at a time. So if you're looking for Va Va Voom lash, you are going to be looking for our lash intensity mascara. This has 4 different sides to the mascara. This shows you 3 different coats of it. And this is going to be great to get length and volume. It's pretty thick brush, and she's going to give you some lashes. Okay, so that's our lash intensity. Then we have our Fanorama mascara. This was my most favorite for a really long time until we came out with the Great Heights that I'm going to show you today. But here is showing our ultimate mascara versus the new lash intensity. This is a really great because it fans out the lashes. It really does great definition. It helps to pull them up and really just not have any clumps at all. So, oh wait, that's the lash intensity as well. Sorry, that's lash intensity, but there's both. So that's it again. This is the Fanorama. One second. There's 2 options here. Okay, so this is Fanorama. All right, she got them long. Look at her one eye to not. So the difference would be, the biggest difference is the lash intensity has more of a classic brush in the sense of it's more, feels like, not fur, but you know, like the bristles that are kind of soft, where this has a plastic tube to it. So those are things you might want to pay attention to if it matters to you in your mascara. And then we have our new Great Heights mascara, which I've been absolutely loving this one. I'll show you a couple before and afters of this. I think it has all the best of both worlds, but this is right here. It gives you 3 times the volume. Here's another photo with our Great Heights. And one more. Look at her lashes down here. And this is, we're going to zoom in on her. We're going to get up close and personal. Look how nice those are. So what I'll show you with the one I'm using today, it is the Great Heights. It has a little bit of a curve to it. It is a plastic wand. It's absolutely fantastic for lower lashes down here and all lashes. If you're looking more for just volume, you would love our Ultimate mascara. And we do have some waterproof options as well. Okay, so we do have a little picture that later on, if you're like, okay, wait, which picture, which one again, we can help you with a little fun cheat sheet of which mascara is best for you. With this lash or Great Heights though, I'll do a coat. I'll give it a second. I'll come in, I'll do a second coat, and you'll see that they just continue to grow and grow each time, even for bottom lashes without getting clumpy. I love that. So I would do this up to 3 times to get that ultimate length. And this has vitamin B5 in it, so it actually is a really conditioning lash as well. So love that. There's going to be absolutely no flaking. And I found, because I have really sensitive blue eyes, that this does not irritate my eyes either. So that's important. All right, so we're doing our 3rd coat on our lashes, at least down here. Boom, we have awesome mascara. Okay, and then we're gonna go into some blush real quick, and then we're gonna give away another prize. So for our blush, you could do all kinds of different blush colors. For me, I'm going to be going into my palette right here with a rosy nude. Now we can really help you find the best blush color for your skin tone and going into fall, because I have specific colors that would be good. But this is just a really easy neutral color here. Where did my, oh, hold on. My whole makeup bag fell and the blush brush went with it over here. Okay, so this is our blush brush. It's got lots of product on it right now. I already have blush on, but I'm just going to show you some placement real quick. We're just going to smile. We're going to go right up here in this upper corner, following the eyebrow, moving up into the cheekbone, staying higher in here. Okay, so this is just a really great neutral, easy, not too shimmery for already doing a bold eye. And I'm just patting it into that area right in there just to give us a little bit more color. And then we will do some lip liner and lip gloss. But before we do that, let's go ahead and give away another piece of product tonight.
Let's go ahead and give away an eyeshadow. Eyeshadow. So fun. Okay. Tina, girl, you are just wanting to get all of the stuff to complete a look today. So fun. Congratulations.
Awesome. All right. Well, just the same formula of our waterproof eyeliner for our eyes, we have lip liner. I'm today using beige nude. It also has the same sharpener in the bottom. I'm just going to give you some quick tips on application for this. So I like to really focus here. On the bottom, not going all the way to the outsides. This is going to help plump the bottom. And just doing these top parts again, not pulling it all the way down, because that's going to actually make them look thinner versus plump them and make them look bigger. So notice though, when I do this, I start on this side and come up. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Okay, so that's going to help even them out a little bit. If we need to come in here and just do a little bit of like that. Now you could just do liner by itself, or you could even pull and feather it in a teeny bit, since I'm just doing a gloss, and this is just going to help build this waterproof base. Once it dries, it doesn't really budge. So we've just kind of softened it so it's not a harsh line. And an absolute easy, looks beautiful on every skin tone, is our unique mauve gloss. I thought this was really simple and easy to pair it with a nice bright bold eye. And this is just so silky, hydrating. I probably have 4 of these floating around right now in every single purse, but this is our unique mauve lip gloss right here with a beige nude lip liner. Again, as we do our sets tonight, you can really choose whatever colors you want, but if you're kind of keeping track of the ones we did, those are the colors for here. Okay, let me check my little thing here if I'm missing anything. All right, we went through that. All right, so we're gonna, did you guys get the link yet? I'm gonna bring you through some of our sets, but we're gonna do that of the last link. Don't fill it out just yet. I just wanted to know if you kind of got it. So put it in the comments, because I know some people kind of came out a little bit later here. And I'm gonna pull up some specials that we have for you. So if you're wanting to recreate this look, or parts of it, we have some fun stuff for you. So this one here is going to be our full glam collection. All right, our full glam collection. And this is going to give you our full eyeshadow palette with 6 colors here. And it's going to give you our blending brush, our Great Heights mascara, or any mascara that you choose, an eyeliner, a lip liner, a lip gloss, again, all colors of your choice, plus our perfect palette. Now, part of this is going to be filled with a contour color that matches you so you can bronze, and then also a blush color. The other half is magnetic as well, and we're going to fill it in with like a little blush brush that comes with it, little travel size ones, little eye ones, but you could fill it in with more eyeshadow or highlighter or something like that. But as is for this price, it's that. And you would also get a half off brush collection set. So let me go ahead and show you this brush collection set right here, just so you can kind of see it. I used a lot of the brushes, actually every single one tonight. So it comes in this great little case. You're going to open it up. This is a brand new one. So let me actually just pull out these brushes for you. you know what, let me show you mine so I don't have to mess with the brand new ones. It's going to give you the cheek brush that I used. It's going to give you the angle brush. It's going to give you the all over eyeshadow brush. It's going to give you the all over powder brush. And the only one I don't have right here with me right now is the smudger brush. It's a tiny little smudger brush for your eyeshadow. So you're going to get 5 beautiful brushes with that. So just to go back to this right here, this is going to give you the full glam collection. You're already getting a deal on the full glam collection plus an additional half off brush set. So normally it's 60 tonight. It's going to go with that one for 30. So you're going to save 40 with that one. Okay. Then the other options, we've got 2 other options here. We have our Golden Glow. So this is kind of like a great middle option. And this is going to give you the full palette. This is going to give you the Great Heights mascara, or again, any mascara you want, along with an eyeliner color of your choice. Tonight, I use brown. Maybe you're wanting black. Maybe you want steely. Maybe you want blue. We have all different colors. And then a lip gloss of your choice. So with this one, you're going to save 15 when you get that as a collection. And then our last set of the night, this is our easy girl. She's just kind of like, all right, I'm introducing myself to some eyeshadow. And you'll be getting pictures of this, okay, in your stuff. But you have 2 options here. Now, I did 2 options. Oops, I didn't have the Aura one. But you can either do the limited edition palette that I showed how to use tonight, or you can get our petite palette with 4 eyeshadows that also create a pumpkin spice look. That's going to be 35 tonight, saving 7. I'll show you an up close of that little petite palette here, but it's just a nice option just in case this one runs out or you are wanting to replace something. It gives you that option there. So these are the little petites. Oops, am I freezing here? It fits 4. You open it up like this. Okay, and it's going to give you 4 different colors. Now you can really do any 4 eyeshadows you want. You can kind of shop around, but I did our Moonstone, Hazelnut, Shiny Penny, and Espresso. Okay, so those are our 3 options there. Yay. All right, so that should be a second link that went out there, but as we're waiting for that to come through, so you can kind of go through and answer your favorites, because answering that survey is going to get you into our palette giveaway of our Warm Hues palette giveaway. I'm going to show a quick little video, a little bit more about our Mary Kay opportunity. So let me go ahead and pull that up and just talk about that. Do one more quick poll, give you guys a chance to fill that out, and then we'll give away our last pieces of product and that palette. All right, let me get this big.
I started my Mary Kay business, I think, for extra shopping money. Like, I was a new mom, I had a baby at home, and then like overnight my husband became ill. My schedule needed to work around taking care of him, and when he got sick, I needed to make money, but I needed to be able to put my family first. Several years later, I was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. And I think one of the big themes through my time in Mary Kay has been that this business has given me hope regardless of the circumstances. I'm Julia Crowley, and Mary Kay just fits my life. I truly believe that every family needs a side business, and that became really apparent to me when I was sick, because it allows families to be able to prioritize what's really important for them. I have boys, they're not into the makeup. That's why I do Mary Kay, so I can have some girliness in my life. My children see me working all the time. They've learned a lot from my Mary Kay business about, how to have your own time management, what it looks like to be in charge of your own schedule. They see my goals on the wall. I think that in Mary Kay, you get to really create a business that works for you, and it looks differently for everybody. Like Mary Kay Ash said, if you work this business when you can, when you can't, it'll work for you. The best thing for me that's come out of Mary Kay is the friendships. I really prayed that God would give me women in this business, other sales directors who I could learn from and share with, and Mary Kay has opened the world to so many of those amazing women. One of the things that means so much to me is getting to be a Mary Kay Ash Foundation ambassador. So that really became important to me after my diagnosis, because I love getting to do my part to support the foundation. To be part of a company that's focused is about enriching those women's lives, making them fuller. It's why I'm excited to share it with so many other women. I have been healed and healthy, and so my favorite part now is that I get to work this business around my family. I am a mother of 2 boys, a wife of an amazing husband. I am an entrepreneur. I am a breast cancer survivor. I am a blesser of other women. I'm alive.
Awesome. Okay, let me pause that real quick. Alrighty, so just to tell you guys a little bit of my personal story to make sure you have some time to fill out that last form. I know Melissa put it in the chat for us in case you didn't get it, in case you just text the word spice. That last form you're going to get, or the second text at least, is going to make sure that you get into the main wheel for this one right here. Okay. So, I'm going to share a poll here in just a second, but doing this for 13 years, I tell people that, of course, money does not buy you happiness, but it does buy you choices, right? It buys the street you live on, it buys the food you get to feed your kids, gives you choices. And so I'm just so beyond blessed and thankful to Mary Kay, because something that started I just thought I would get a 50% discount. I just thought I'd want a discount on stuff I was already using for work, or the skincare I was going to already use, and that would be totally enough. Turned into, of the last 13 years, the last 7, making over $100,000 every single year, only doing this and getting to work 100% from home. And so that can look like every time we sell a product, right? Anytime someone was like, girl, I love the eyeshadow you're wearing. What is that? And you're like, oh, I love it. This is a $40 palette. Every time we'd sell one, immediately $20 in your pocket. You're not having to wait for someone to pay you, right? Because sometimes there's more month than there is money. And so this gives you a little ATM machine in your closet when you're needing to fill in the gaps. It also gives you a way to make income by building a team. And that wasn't something I didn't know if I wanted to do right away. But what I loved is it allowed me to make more income, but not needing more time. See, a lot of the time when we are at work and you want to make more income, it's more responsibility, it's more time. So this allowed myself to leverage, where on days that I take off on Wednesdays, or my Tristan day, that's my son. Yesterday, we just went to the movies, went and got special dinner. We took it in the movie theater on a Wednesday in the middle of the day. Those are the kinds of things I like to create, but income is still always coming in, which leads into freedom and flexibility. So you guys in the chat, blow it up. If you had more control over your time, what are some of the things that you would love to be spending your time doing more? So I love that with this, you really have the control to just jump on a quick Zoom for an hour and pop off, fit it in around what you're doing. You can do it in person. You can do it virtually. I did just get back from a 2-week camping trip to Yosemite in the Grand Tetons. Got to be with bison and elk in the wilderness for 2 whole weeks. I had my phone, my computer. I could do appointments when I wanted to, but if I didn't want to, I didn't have to worry about PTO. I didn't have to worry about any of those things. And so I want women to have, you put all this spending time with family, traveling, hiking, golfing. So the question I ask women is, are we working so hard to not be able to live the life that we want? Or are you able to design it, right? The other thing I love about this business, just the last couple of things, is the community of women, right? The positivity, the cheering each other on, not being in something by yourself, having people to bounce ideas off of, but also that recognition, as gosh, women, even still me doing this, it's like, I'm jumping from a Zoom, I'm doing laundry, I'm ordering groceries to be delivered tomorrow, we're cleaning toilets, we do all those things. So it's so nice when someone recognizes your efforts, pops you a gift or a card in the mail, and they can be big things. I've had the privilege of driving free, you guys, for 12 out of the 13 years I've been doing Mary Kay. That means no car payment, no insurance, no taxes, no license, no registration I've had to pay for. And they've given me a car every single 2 years. I get a brand new one. And if I didn't want it, I could take the cash. I've been to the Bahamas. I've been to Scotland, Paris, all paid for by Mary Kay. I will never forget landing in Scotland the day that Queen Elizabeth died. and they moved all our plans around with our Mary Kay trip so we could see the whole procession and the whole royal family go across and like let us be a part of that experience. It was so cool. And then the final thing is the personal growth. You know, I really have loved the person I've become through this process. I started as a 22-year-old anxious woman who was dealing with crazy grief, who my mom died a year before I started. I was on anxiety medication, depression medication. I didn't believe in myself. And to come full circle of now getting to teach women, how do you build your confidence? How do you build your self-esteem, time management, money management, joy in the journey, right? Versus just always having to go after something and do something for your worth. So if that is ever something of interest to you, if you've been around to a couple of our events and you're like, you know, it kind of sounds interesting, or I just want to start with a discount, or I just want to see how it goes. Let me just remind you of those starter kit options. And by now, hopefully you've had enough time to fill out that second link so we can go ahead and give our final pieces of away. But you guys, this is our starter kit options. So we have our $125 starter kit option. That includes over $400 worth of full size product. You've probably tried the skincare before if you're on here with us today. So it's our anti-aging line with 5 CC creams, our eye makeup remover, our famous charcoal mask, our exfoliating treatment. It has all of our sales tool aids, super cute bag. It has a website. And then we have our eStart. Imagine that kind of like a Costco membership. She's like, girl, it's $35. You can start right away and we'll just see where this goes. You don't get much product, but hey, you can at least kind of start working it and make some extra income. So just for funsies in the chat, just put, what is the last thing you spent $35 on? I just always love to know because it's typically food. It does not have to be food if it's not food, but it's always food. And I just think it's always fun because, you know, I always say that we spend $35 in our life and we don't even think about it, but we overthink something that could give us more confidence, more income, and more flexibility. So I'm going to put up this final poll here as you guys are, see, I told you it's the groceries. It's always the groceries. It's something. Okay. So let me go ahead and let me get rid of, can I get rid of this poll? I want to do a different poll. How do I do that? Okay. I go back. Perfect. So I'm going to put up this last poll here and then we're going to give away our giveaways. And there's 2 questions on here. And that first question is, if Mary Kay could impact one area of your life the most, what would it be? So the options there are extra income, control of my time and flexibility, personal growth and confidence, recognition, prizes and achievements, community and new friendships, helping others feel beautiful and empowered. Again, this doesn't mean that you have to sign up. It's just giving you an idea of maybe some things of how it would impact your life. It's just kind of a fun check-in. All right. So I'm seeing so far extra income is the winner, but we're going to give you some time. And there's a second question on there of what would that extra income mean for you? Okay. So what would that extra income mean for you? So it looks like on number, we've got 10 out of 28. We're almost there. Just go ahead and tap on the screen there. So options for extra income below. Ooh, paying off debt looks like it's winning so far. Extra travel time, more breathing room. Love it. Okay, and as you guys are finishing filling that out, I'll keep that poll up. How are we looking, Melissa, with pulling up our wheel? Okay, let's do our blush giveaway as they're filling that out. I'll leave that poll up. I hope it still works as you share your screen. It should be able to because we're almost 67% done. So let's give away our final. It's a blush, right? I think that was the last thing.
Stephanie.
Woohoo! You're getting a blush, girl. Congratulations. All right. We have 75% who filled it out. The main answer so far is extra income would be a huge impact to your life right now, right? We're going into holiday season where we are needing extra income for all the gifts, all the things. And it looks like definitely there's an even piece here between the top 4. It would be extra breathing room with bills, fun money to go splurge, extra travel money, or paying off debt. Those are the 4 that are the biggest ones right there. So we're going to go ahead and give away our last little fun palette. I cannot wait for you to play with this one too. So many different options. Thank you, ladies, for being on here. Before we give it away, go ahead and put in the chat, what is the thing that helped you, what you learned the most tonight? What are you most excited about to try with your makeup tomorrow? What are you most excited to try? It doesn't have to be tomorrow. Maybe it's this weekend. Maybe it's tomorrow. Maybe you're not going anywhere, but you're just going to play and have fun in your bathroom. We're trying the wing, all of it, eyeshadow. More than one brush is necessary. Sabrina, brushes are like the utensils in your kitchen. We need different knives and different spoons for everything. The wing, eyeshadow and wing, having fun with makeup more than just mascara. So getting out of our comfort zone. All righty, I love it. Different colors mixed together. Yes. What did we use today? We used 4 colors today using different brushes. Love seeing the mascara comparisons. Awesome, Andy. Glad that's helpful. Eyeshadow application. Perfect, Priscilla. Who would want to try? Who would feel comfortable to do this eyeshadow look here in fall or coming up to some holiday events? Is this something that you would try, or would you need a more toned down version, or would you spruce it up? Priscilla says, me, I want to try. Okay. Doing it all. I need to learn the contour. All right. Oh, okay. We're having fun. We're going to try it. It's not that hard, right? Who's going to try the eyeshadow or the technique with this? Anyone excited to try this technique? It helps with less fallout. It helps give the precision. I can't tell you how many dirty little business cards I have hanging out in my makeup drawer now. It's so weird. I'm like, okay, we're gonna throw it away. Okay, love the business card. Awesome. You always use eye makeup remover. Totally can do that too to clean it up for sure. Love doing the makeup. My niece, she loves. I have no idea to do it. Perfect. All right. Well, let's go ahead. We're at that hour mark. We're gonna give away that final palette. Let's see who's gonna win it. Congratulations, girl. You are getting that. I am so excited for you. We are going to pop that warm hues palette in the mail for you. Yay, yay, yay. All right. Well, here's my big tip. All right. When it comes to eyeshadow, or my promise, we're going to all pinky promise tonight before we pop off. Okay. You promise to not try once and give up. Okay. You have to promise to not try once and give up. You have to promise that practice makes perfect, and not even perfect, just progress. Okay. So you're just going to get into the rhythm. You're just going to try things. It's okay to wipe off and start over. And we are not going to try a brand new eye look before you're supposed to go somewhere special and you have 30 minutes to go. We're not going to do it on that day. We're going to play beforehand. Okay. But it's okay to go into different colors. And so if you do need help with different colors for your skin or your eye colors, reach out to your beauty consultant. We have some tools for that to help direct you what would be your best color matches. But I had so much fun with you guys tonight. We'll have this as a recording that we can send out later if it's helpful for you to kind of pause and do it with you as you go. And remember, those specials last. We'll have them here for the next, I would say, I guess, through the weekend. So if you want to be able to maximize those out, reach out to your beauty consultant so we can get those taken care of for you. Have a beautiful night, ladies. Talk to you all soon. Bye, everyone.